Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Gunasu Katual. This is Sunil Kumar Pariyar, and we have very special guest, notable guest, and beautiful guest today. Her name is Vrindavan Priya, Devi, Dasi, right?
Yes.
Yes. And we have some, she's multi-talent. She plays guitar. She has, very nice Mridanga playing. I have, once a time there was a Ratha Yatra in Wheeling, and she was leading Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai, and that bhajan was very interesting and it was attracting me a lot. And after some time, I was in one lecture of Bhagavad Gita class that day, and also she is good lecturer, giving her good performance lecturing. She is multi-talent and beautiful guest today here. So can we start with some bhajan in your mind with the Mridanga, please? Hare Krishna. Very nice. So one more bhajan, Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai. I was listening that day. Am I right?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya,
much. And we will be singing again. I have one question about like how did you learn these very beautiful bhajan playing Mridanga? What is the secret?
I would say secret is the longing,
Okay.
desire,
Hmm.
and since the first time I met devotees and came in contact with Hare Krishna movement, the music was what attracted me. It was something like what really touched my heart and really pulled me in. So from the first moment I came in, joined the Hare Krishna movement, I was trying to learn all these wonderful instruments, like traditional Indian instruments like khol, Mridanga, harmonium, to accompany the bhajan and kirtan. And
When did you join ISKCON?
I met devotees.
How many years ago?
Yeah, that was some time ago. I grew up in a communist Czechoslovakia,
Okay.
communist country. And when I was 15 years old, I was searching for the meaning of life.
Okay.
But in my country, communist country, there was no spirituality, no spiritual life, no religion allowed. Everything was forbidden. Only like understanding of the world and meaning of life was materialistic. There is a matter and that's all. So I was unhappy, unsatisfied with these answers because I was not getting any, nothing was making sense to me. But when I was 15, it was the year 1989 actually, and we had a revolution, so-called Velvet Revolution, and the regime switched. So at that time, devotees who were already in Czech Republic, in Czechoslovakia, since like late 80s, but they had to be underground because police was, harassing any attempt for spiritual life. So they were, like underground, hiding. But when the revolution came, they could finally come out, and I met them.
Okay.
I on the street, they were singing, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and distributing books. So I was immediately attracted, and I got some books. I read some books, and it just made sense. I finally find wonderful philosophy, very deep philosophy, which I got answers to my questions, and I got wonderful lifestyle. Everything. It just changed my life forever.
Great. So who you met that time, first time, ISKCON, Hare Krishna? Who is the person? Do you remember?
Well, I remember, but the these devotees are still around in Czech Republic, and there were a couple of them, Jai Shri, Ashwahari Prabhu, and different devotees. Not Jai Shri from New Vrindavan.
Oh, I thought so.
No. In
Okay.
that time, it was different devotees, and I went for the at those days they had many public programs. So I met. There was a group called Gauranga Bhajan Band. There was Harikesh Swami, Sachinananda Swami, and
Okay.
Krishna Prabhu, and Bhaktivedanta Swami, and so that it made me more enchanted by chanting of Hare Krishna
Very
Mahamantra.
nice. So who is the guru?
My spiritual master is Indranina Swami.
Where is he?
He's originally from USA, but now he's traveling all over the world. He spends a lot of time in India, in Vraja, in Vrindavan, and he organizes also big preaching programs in Poland. It's called so-called Polish tour. So there is a big public programs along the coast of the Baltic Sea in the summer. And he organizes these big programs all over the world, actually, not only in Poland, but also in Brazil and India, other places, in USA also, actually.
So you mean in 1989 you were 15 years old, right?
Yeah, I was just a kid. Yeah, it was my first school, high school, so it was a
But it's still,
student.
it seems very young and beautiful. What is the secret that you are maintaining yourself? You're healthy. What's the
I'm
second?
trying. I think the devotee lifestyle is very healthy.
Okay.
You know, the vegetarian food. We try to avoid different activities which are harmful to the body and the mind. You know, avoid eating meat, fish and eggs. You know, that's already the diet is very, very good for health, and and yeah, we our lifestyle is full of chant, song and music.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very sattvic, very sattvic.
Very sattvic.
Positive.
Very interesting. I realize now. I can talk you lot of time, when I was attending the first lecture, the first day in New Vrindavan, I still remember that you said welcome. When I had some questions, the context was about the spiritual world, the material world, and Krishna, Arjuna, something like that. So, youth, they have like now mentally disturbed youth, especially, and they are not getting any way how to solve their, life problem, for example, financial problem, or family problem, and spiritual problem. So, how youth, can be connected with ISKCON? Do you have any this kind of what message you want to give to the youth? That's the problem here, no?
Yeah, I think it's just not just the youth. I think like everybody experiencing a lot of suffering and problems in this world, because this world this is how it is here.
Yes.
There is because the things are not eternal, which we would like to. We don't want things to end, right? We have some things, we have relationships, but they always, there is always end. Everything has a beginning and end, and it makes us really, it brings a lot of suffering.
Yes.
Grief, we are losing people we love. The good things we are attached to they fall apart, and everything in this world is limited in the time and place and circumstances. So the secret of spiritual life is that we get connected with something what's eternal, what's divine, what's not subject to these changes, and that's also what we are always longing in our heart, to be connected with something what's eternal. So I would like to encourage everybody to seek that in their life, what's divine, what's eternal, what's here forever. And they can find shelter there, because that's the only shelter which can actually give us a shelter. Yeah, the God and spirituality.
So while asking some your personal life, for example, what time you get up from early in the morning, and what time do you get bed, and what diet, what food do you eat every day? Very simple questions, but very important to the people.
Actually, the same question was asking Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita.
Okay,
He was asking Krishna, how do person who is following the spiritual path, how does he live? Where he gets up, where is he going to sleep, what he is eating, how does he walk, how he spends his days. And so, like me personally, I am trying to follow the spiritual path, bhakti yoga.
Okay.
So to living in a temple or a spiritual community, it's very it's much easier to follow like the lifestyle which is conducive to spiritual goal. So yeah, we get up early. I get up early.
What time?
Usually around 4:30. Something like that.
4:30.
4:30.
So yeah.
So because we have our first program starts at 5 o'clock, Mangala Arati. But the first time we go to temple, we have our first Arati ritual, and then first time we chant, the holy name.
Yes. And evening at night, what time do you sleep?
In the evening, yeah, usually around 10 10-ish.
10.
Yeah.
So just I will come to this point once again. Just Mangalarti, you're talking today. Today morning, you were leading Tulsi Arati. It was very interesting. Can you once again, I want to listen that the Tulsi Arati once again with Mridanga, please, right now. Thank you.
Maybe I won't sing the whole thing.
Yeah, you can, no problem. Yes.
Tulasi Krishna Dayasi Namo Namo Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Deya Vilasi Je Tomara Sharanaloy Paravancha Puna Hoy Kripa Kori Korotare Vrindavana Basi Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namo.
Very nice.
Just
So
part of it.
you have long, practice, prolonged practice of, Mridanga. So you have very good skill. If I request you to play only the Mridanga demonstration, only Mridanga, yes. Great. Thank you very much. Very nice. And so after you joined to ISKCON, then after how many years, you learned Mridanga?
It was I got actually Mridanga very shortly after I joined.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting, just like coincidence. I got sick and they needed somebody to play Mridanga for the public programs, because
Okay.
at those days nobody was playing any instruments. We didn't have such an opportunity to learn from experienced devotees. So in those days there was like few devotees, and I got sick, and so they gave me Mridanga to spend my day, because I had pneumonia, I had to be at home, I couldn't go anywhere, I had time. So I got Mridanga, the plastic Mridanga, not like this. And then little booklet, brochure with like simple mantras, not even like mantras like now we have all these good mantras from Bablu Prabhu and from all kinds of very 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 skilled devotees. So it was like very simple mantras, like very simple.
Go on, please. Go on. Please.
No. And anyway, I was at 1 month. I was at home, and I was just playing. I was trying to learn, and I learned something. And then when I came back, from my sick time, they took me on a tour, and I was playing Mridanga.
So it was the year of 1985, 1986, or?
Yeah, in 1985, and then, but I never, as I said, I never had any teacher, I just had a little brochure, and so I learned something, and then, I played during the kirtans, but then much later, many years, many decades later, I now I actually finally found a proper teacher, and so now I am learning properly Mridanga, how to play Mridanga.
Excellent, excellent. This is I'm not saying that you are excellent for Mridanga. It is said by someone. Because when I observe during the Arati, Mangala Arati and Midday Arati, you were playing Mridanga, and some friends from Pittsburgh, from my Nepali friend, they came on, and they were just looking at you. "Oh, who is this person that playing Mridanga very well?" That's the okay. Then let's come once again the topic that we were discussing about your bed, your getting up, and your Mangalarti. Once again, let's talk about the food. What food do you like most?
I like fruit.
Oh, fruit. Oh.
We have to take care of our body, and depending on our service, on our schedule, on our lifestyle, like we need to give our body proper food. So like for me, because I have office service, I'm sitting behind a computer whole day basically. I don't do much physically. So my breakfast is usually just a fruit, and then for lunch, I try to have some balanced, not too oily, not too spicy, like some, and so then for the dinner, so I like salads, but of course I like also pizza, I like ice cream, and
but sometime only.
yeah, so one has to like everything moderate.
So in fruit, what you like? Fruit must your favorite fruit best.
I like pomelo. I like mango, of course.
Okay, mango, pomelo. Okay, that's great. And I am curious to ask about you are busy for computer work and something. So, by profession, what do you do?
Actually, what I studied, I was studying for surveyor.
What is this about?
That's those people who are, you can see them in an orange vest, like with some different machines. They measure things before something is built, or they create maps and plans for the buildings, for the roads, so that's what people creating maps basically. That's or plans, like whenever there is some construction or so that's what surveyors do, and you need to measure your land, or things like that. But it was like very technical school. It wasn't really good choice for me. I wasn't really like, my whole life is not really like into technical stuff, but somehow I chose this school.
Very nice. Very nice.
But then I worked in that field only for 1 year, and then I joined the temple, and from 2000, from year 2000, I'm actually working for Bhaktivedanta Book Trust, which means I'm working. First, I was in a Czech team, working on Czech translation of books of Bhaktivedanta Swami.
Okay.
And then from 2016 or 17, I think, I'm working for North European section of Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. So I coordinate publishing in different like North European languages.
You published?
Publishing Prabhupada's books, translation of Prabhupada's books in the European languages. So this is like North European section, we cover basically from Austria up. So I mean German, Polish, Russian, Bosnian, Czech, Slovakian, like we have like, I don't know, maybe 40 languages. We take care of publishing Prabhupada's books in these languages. So I do layout and coordinating the publishing and things like that. So
I want to ask you some more deeper about, about your personal life, that, you have had very memorable, enjoyable events or incident in the past, or some very bad incident that will be lesson to upcoming generation. Can you share your, very memorable events that might be difficult situation or happy situation, both?
Well, I'm sure that everybody has things like that happening in their life, and the bad ones, like when you lose somebody, of course, like the when your dear relatives die. When my father died, that was very difficult experience.
Okay.
I had some car accidents. That was also
Where
quite,
is it?
That was actually in maybe 2009 or so, 2008 maybe. Yeah, it was a interesting year. Like it was actually like I had a car accident. Fortunately, like nobody died, but it was quite intense.
In Czech or?
Yeah, in Czech Republic, and the same year my father died. So that was kind of like some bad year for me. Yeah, but many good things happened also. You know, like it's always something like thanks to these events. You know, I was actually I came first time to USA to New Vrindavan.
When?
2009.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was very you know, like disturbed by these events, and you know, I was very unhappy, and I felt like I need some change. So I was looking for, you know, some opportunity, and Krishna gave me opportunity to come to New Vrindavan, and then really like changed my life also a lot. And I'm here.
Very nice. So you are here since 2009?
I came first time here 2009 for 6 months. Then I was here again 6 months next year. I was actually assisting Malati Devi.
Yeah.
And so basically that's where our you know, cooperation, or like, you know, our relationship goes back then to 2009. So since then I'm coming here to New Vrindavan, and now I am here like long term. But before I was always coming for some time and then going back to Czech.
Okay.
Like that, yeah.
So I came to know about, you know, some very bad difficult situation, but will you remember that, you know, that day was very happiness, and I went there, I do this, I did some very happiness moment among, you know?
Yeah, well, my happy moment was to come here. And my amazing, but definitely like very important moment was when I met devotees. You know, back then, this is still like for me like the most important time of my life, I would say. You know, when I met devotees, came into contact with the Krishna Consciousness, it just like, you know, changed my life like completely. And yeah, then I met different personalities in my life, important. When I met my spiritual master, and when I came first time to India, that was in 2000. That was very special. And every time I go to India, it's you know, because I usually join my spiritual master for parikram in Vrindavan. And that's very memorable. Like every time, it's such a transcendental experience, and very lasting one also.
What is parikram? Or?
Parikram means like that you go and you visit the holy places,
Okay.
but together with your spiritual master or some like a senior you know, senior Vaishnava, or you know, somebody very advanced in spiritual life, and then he helps you to listen about the spiritual life, about you know, the pastimes which happened there in that place, and really like connects you, like you can immerse yourself in a spiritual experience. It really creates very deep impression. You know, the connection, you know, your connection with God becomes very strong, and so it's always very uplifting.
Have you ever been to Nepal?
I don't think I've ever been to Nepal. No. I can't.
So how many times have you been to India?
Maybe 5 times.
5 times.
Yeah, but never to Nepal. It was always was in Himalayas once, but otherwise it was Vrindavan.
Yes, I came from Nepal.
South India.
Yes.
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, so one day we will go together. Let's hope. So what are your personal hobbies and interests, if I request you once again, your, you know, what you like?
The music, of course.
Okay,
music.
Okay.
Yeah, in you know, kirtan. What's the time? We might need to. Music, sport. I like to move, so I like to do sport, all kinds of sports.
Okay. So how much time do we have? Can we discuss
What's the
more?
time?
We have to 1:30
Yeah, I think it's time to end for now.
to the end for now. So yes, we can start again another second part. This is first part of our interview. I had hundreds of questions to ask you, but God plan is maybe another. So let's hope to once again. So finally, one question once again. Why bad things happen to good people? What is the answer?
That's because people do bad things.
Normally, yes. So even people who are doing very bad things, maybe good result. Those who are doing good and maybe bad results. What is the difference? Or
Well, I'm sure you heard about the karma, and the law of nature, which brings the reaction to the actions. And the thing is that we never see the whole picture, and we never see like we always see the linear time. We know what happened before. We know we might have some idea what will happen after, but we have no idea what happened in other spheres, in other lifetimes. Our memory just doesn't go there. So then when we just see that little one picture, from that whole movie, then we just think, oh, the bad things happened, but we don't know why. We don't know where does it lead to, and so then we feel like distraught, and we feel miserable, and sometimes we feel it's unfair. But we don't know that what happened before. We don't know what it leads to, and so. But understanding that there is a plan behind everything, and that there is never moment when this world is like out of control, and there is never moment when the God kind of doesn't have a control over what's happening to our life and to all this world. It's never happened like that. It is always like the control is there, and we can always like seek that shelter, and due course of time, the plan is always revealed to us, and even so, this understanding can maybe bring some solace to people that things are happening.
yes, this was the matter that I was interested to listen from you. Some lectures you are, very motivated. You can motivate thousands of people. That so I was interested to listen you. So this we can take is part one, and I hope you will give your time for next second part. Though, do you have any final message you want to give now?
Chant Hare Krishna and be happy.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So one more bhajan, just 1 minute. Then any Mridanga, just playing.